I think in the future, we're gonna see these all over the place, honestly. I mean, not that we already don't, but how easy it is to use and go through the FAA and everything else. I mean, it sounds daunting, but it's really not. It was a matter of like pushing 2 buttons on your phone with whatever app it was, and then this thing literally just flies itself with whatever you can fly it like a remote control car or airplane or whatever, but at the same time too, you can put in the points, whatever it is, and it does it like clockwork. So I think there's a lot of applications besides just roofing. I know there is, but I'm gonna be buying one. I don't have one yet, but it makes it a lot easier than having to get up on the roof on a 9 to 10 pitch, whatever it is.
Oh my gosh, you ain't kidding.
Take a picture while you're holding on to the ridge, because this will give you a high definition picture at, what is it, 250 megapixels? I don't remember.
It's gonna be better vision than yours up there.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's the work smarter, not harder version. There's always 2 types of rangers. There's the smart rangers and the strong rangers, and I lift a lot of weights, so.
Lead the way.
Yeah.
Pictures are worth 1,000 words, so you're gonna get a lot of pictures. This is my wife. She's awesome. We've been married about 6 years. This is us. We're big OSU fans. Ron Swanson once said that any dog under 50 pounds is a cat, and cats are pointless. So these are my 2 pointless dogs, Link and Loki. And these are my other 2 pointless cats. I have Cairo and Pharaoh. So I'm in the military. These are my guys. So this is after JRTC. We were in the field for 14 days, so none of us have showered since then, or after that. And this is us in Iraq. This is us in Gitmo. This is us in Kuwait, my last deployment, so I've done 3 of them. I worked with the security force in the Air Force as a police officer, and they essentially came to me and said, hey, you need to either be in the Army Reserves or you can stay here. The whole thing is like if something happens, you can't be 2 places at once. They said, you need to leave the Army. I said, nope, I'm gonna go fly drones. So I did. So a buddy of mine hit me up and said, hey, you wanna come fly drones with me? I went out, we did telecom inspection for AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Dish, Motorola, Crown Castle, a lot of different companies for a very long time. We've done about 1,500 cell tower inspections across 44 states. This also included about 140,000 miles traveled. So ton of different inspections with telecom. What we would do is generate maps and models. Every single tower across the United States requires a pre- and a post-construction survey before it actually gets worked on, and 300,000 cell towers across the U.S. There's a lot of work. So when we left the actual telecom industry, we said, hey, let's build our own business. So we did. So we all came together and made a LiDAR processing company focusing on giving value to surveyors. So we work with surveyors to produce highly accurate data using LiDAR. Super expensive, but it generates some absolutely incredible results. So LiDAR is very unique because it's able to essentially penetrate through the vegetation and see the bare earth underneath it. But you're putting about $60,000 in the air every time you fly. So very expensive, but it provides a ridiculous amount of value to a surveyor. So this is us at the oil and gas conference here in Tulsa 2 months ago. We did a presentation to about 200 people in the oil and gas industry, focusing on the applications of LiDAR in that field. So we also did a deal at the state capitol. Yeah, I brought a Chinese drone into the capitol. Yes, I think that's funny. I also have partnered with Francis Tuttle. They reached out to us. They saw what we were doing with the LiDAR, and they said, hey, can you guys do it here? Cool, let's do it. So we jumped on board, and now we're working with them. Our program is focused on generating the skills that you need to get jobs in the industry. This is not Part 107 prep. This is not building drones. This is how do you work for a surveyor in a surveying company? How do you work in the construction field for a construction manager? How do you work in the telecom industry? These are the classes we're doing. We're not teaching you how to fly a drone. We're teaching you how to get a job in the industry. So these are some different projects we've done. This right here was a water flow path, water accumulation basin. As you can tell, essentially what we're doing is we're identifying where all the drainage spots are on this golf course.
That's cool.
So, JD, see that? All right,
That's
cool.
exactly what my
Okay, this right here, this is Angie Depot High School right across the street. This is a 3D model of that location. It didn't fully render, but essentially you can see the incredible detail you can get. This is a full 3D model. It took 3,070 photos and it merged into a single file. Really, really cool. So on my computer if you want to come check it out. This is a thermal imagery of AC units. Richard, you see this? Cool? Awesome.
I'm
So
looking at it.
really, really cool stuff, all right? So essentially, you can go up there and do point analysis. You can click on the actual controller and tell exactly what the temperature is on these actual measurements. Really, really neat. Right here, this is Angie Devo turned into a full thermal map. So we took 2,070 photos and turned it into this right here. So this is a heat reference of the entire location.
That's cool.
Did you say 2007 pictures?
Now, 2,570, my bad, I misspoke. So we merge them all together. This right here is a multispectral analysis. Essentially what we're doing here is we're using different forms of green and infrared to merge them all together to figure out what parts of the vegetation is healthy and which part needs work.
That's really cool.
Yep, pretty neat. So this is a full 3D photogrammetry model of a hotel. It's actually on that wall right there. The very last picture on the very bottom of 2020, that is the Bennington Hotel in Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is one of the roofs that's out there. So we said, awesome, we have a great product, let's move. However, we got kicked in the face. So essentially, we found out that our product was really, really cool, but it actually had no value for the people we were going after. Ultimately, it's really, really neat, but there are cheaper and better alternatives out there. So what we did, we cried about it for a bit, and then we said, hey, let's focus and figure out what we're doing with our lives, right? So here's what we did. We decided that if we can't beat them, we join them, people to come to Durant. And that's what we did. So we went ahead and said, hey, we will promote your product, and we will integrate your software into roofing companies, and we get a kickback. So we promote the product, we get kickbacks. So who? Roofers. Why? It's a whole lot of reasons, but roofers. We see a tremendous amount of potential in the roofing industry. So what do? We help roofers make more money because drones fly themselves, like what Hayden was saying, and artificial intelligence is a lot more accessible as it sounds. You will be successful and we'll make sure of it. So we honestly, absolutely do believe this drone right here in this box should be in every single truck across America, and that is our goal.
In every what?
Every truck across America. I do believe it. So where? We legitimately are able to scale nationwide. One of my partners is with Palo Alto Networks now. He builds infrastructure for companies like Netflix. So yeah, we're looking for global domination. So how are we going to do it? YouTube. This is my brother's brand. I was able to grow him from nothing to essentially massive reach across the country. We were able to sign a Facebook contract for $250,000 a year, and so that was what we did. So I know how to do YouTube. I know it very well, so that's the channel I'm going to use. Now the why. Roofers. Safety. We can increase the safety of a roofing company by a ton. Also, we can ensure that it's more efficient and you're not wasting your time spinning around, not talking to the right people, because after a storm damage comes through, it's all about efficiency and speed to go out there and get those clients. Now, also the why, really cool picture. Essentially, we are enhancing your capabilities. We're making it to where you can do more things better. Now, these are both knives. These are both cars. These are both drones, okay? Makes sense? So, not all drones are created equal. I heard this before. I tried a drone and it sucked. This was done in 25 miles per hour wind right before the tornado that hit a few days ago. You can see the actual serial numbers on that roof. Same thing here. Again, this is with a drone, okay? The resolution wasn't good enough. So what do? They say, wow, drones suck. They threw their drone away. Why? Because they were buying the $20 drone when mine's $6,200. Okay? You're using the wrong tool for the job. Oops. So where are we at right now? I honestly do believe that roofers at this stage of the market are in the early adoption phase, because we are still very early. Because roofers have bad information, we use the wrong equipment. Eagle View is what a lot of these guys are using. However, the drones they use are inefficient and they suck. Honestly, they really do. Okay? These drones blow those out of the absolute water. So these are my steps to take over the world. Number one, we do a free needs assessment for a roofer. We say, hey, maybe you are that unicorn roofing company that legitimately we can add no value to. I don't think so, but maybe that's possible. Then what we do is we go in there and say, hey, we're going to get you all you need to become licensed. We're going to get you the drones you need. We're going to get you the insurance you need. We're going to get you the custom operations manual, the SOP. And then we're also going to integrate all these different artificial intelligence softwares we're working with. We have 4.5 that are currently signed up with us right now. 4.5, work on the 5th one. We do not charge anything to roofers. It's important. We do not charge anything to roofers. We get paid by these software companies and the drone distributors for referring business to them. That's what that looks like. So what do we do after that? We can also do drone training, FAA authorization and waivers. We can also do consultancy. We can also do project management. We can do data processing. We can develop a marketing plan. We can help with data capture. We can do other stuff as well. Like I said, we do have a price, right? That's right. Okay. Oops. So it begins. Where are we at? We're growing. We're growing. 13,000 views in the last month. And we're starting to get nationwide. So, and actually worldwide. So it is growing. How are we doing it? We're doing it by doing YouTube, educational, a lot of talking to kids and really going out there, doing a lot of STEM events, and getting involved in the community, different organizations. There you go, Riley, with their awesome organization out there. And so how can you help? So roofers, consultations, integrations, interviews, shadowing. Any of these is very valuable to me, okay? If you can get me in front of a roofer and I can do any of these 4 things, I'd be very, very appreciative, okay? Even if it's just a shadow, do an interview, something like that, I can still find a ton of value because, again, my target demographic are roofers. I need to talk to roofers, okay? Very, very important. Next, roofers are our primary target demographic. However, as you can see, we can do other stuff as well, okay? We can. But again, roofers, but I can also help you, JD. Cool? All right. So, partnerships. If you are in this room and you want to establish a partnership with us, by all means, talk to me, okay? Understand what my target demographic is roofing companies, things like that. But if you think you can offer value to a roofer, talk to me because, again, I want to have a relationship built so we can also offer your product as part of our deliverables. And then also, I don't think it's a good idea, but one of my partners is trying to get out. Essentially, he joined when we were brand new. And he is going to be taking whatever the proceeds we get from this as a 1% 2-year deferred note to the business so we have fuel for the fire. So that's the plan. So if you are interested in that as well, that's also an option. So any questions?
Hayden's a roofer. I can recommend him.
I know, it is a roofer. Hey, seriously though, you helped me a ton, helped me out deliver, like figure out what I want to do. I really do appreciate that. So same thing with your company as well. So cool. That's what I got.
Follow for our first.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. We're like, I can't show pictures. What do I do?
You killed it, buddy.
So,
Great.
all right.
Thanks, Chris.